You're watching a passenger revolt here. It's on board a Greyhound bus. After those passengers headed for Dallas say that driver kept falling asleep behind the wheel. And our JD Miles is live at the Greyhound bus station in downtown Dallas. And JD, this obviously all sounds terrifying, but the techniques they say she was using to stay awake are unbelievable.
Aren't they, Kaylee? Unbelievable. You know, we spoke to 3 passengers who were on the bus that arrived here 7 hours late from Phoenix this morning, but they are alive, something they weren't sure about after they caught the driver pinching her cheeks with tweezers just to stay awake. At this point in the bus trip from Phoenix to Dallas, passengers had had enough.
We politely asked her 4 times to pull over.
Jasmine McClellan says she was among as many as 60 people who were on board a Greyhound bus and noticed their driver was falling asleep behind the wheel.
Nicely, and it got to the point where she was we saw her going like this and just dozing off.
The bus was leaning a little bit, and that's when people really started to get, worried. She was using techniques to try to stay awake.
Passenger Philip Hurd and others say those techniques the driver used included pinching her cheeks with tweezers.
She'd go over the white line and everyone would wake up. And she would she had tweezers. It was poking herself with tweezers to keep herself awake. And it got to the point where we had to raise our voice, pull over. We have children on this bus.
No, you're doing too much. No, you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Here is that confrontation at a time when passengers say the bus was still moving and the driver stood up to argue with them.
Okay, call them. Call them. Call them.
As everyone in the bus was yelling for her to pull over,
passengers say they got a Border Patrol escort to a safe location where Greyhound replaced the driver. The incident raises serious questions about whether a nationwide shortage of bus drivers is pushing current ones to drive without proper rest. Dallas-based Greyhound responded with a statement that says, "We were experiencing delays at the Dallas station earlier today as we waited for drivers to become available once they completed their federally mandated rest. With resources as tight as they have been, any delay that occurs elsewhere can create a domino effect." This passenger mutiny over a sleepy driver may be a wake-up call the bus industry needs.
I think it's very unprofessional, and if anything, I'd like a refund because my life is not worth that.
Bus travel is not cheap. Some of these passengers paid more than $200 for their tickets. One of them told me Greyhound promised them a refund over this embarrassing and potentially dangerous incident. And just a few minutes ago, Greyhound sent a new statement saying they're conducting an internal investigation into all this. Live in Dallas, JD Miles, CBS 11 News.
That is alarming and frightening, JD.